Hey YouTube, this is Dirty OM. I'm here to do a hair video. And this hair video is a little different. I'm not going to do a style or anything, but it's more it's still an instructional video. So I just want to say really quickly that I have a Tumblr. I actually have a few Tumblrs, but they're all on the same account. And I'm starting one where I'm gonna do a lot of stuff where I post pictures of my locks, post styles, put hair updates and stuff. So I posted a comment. I put a post on my channel sending you to the link, giving you guys a link, and I also put a link underneath this video just so if you guys have a Tumblr, if you guys maybe look at Tumblr, get interested, want to follow me, or every now and then just want to stop by my Tumblr, then you can do that. And it's an easy way because I'm not doing Twitter anymore. It's an easier way for me to get up there, and I'm much more consistent with Tumblr than I would be with Twitter, and I enjoy Tumblr much more. So I can put videos, pictures, and all that good stuff, and you guys, it might be a little easier for you guys to ask me stuff and things like that. And I also might put there's this thing at Tumblr where you can submit posts, so I might do something where you can submit posts, where you can submit videos, your own hairstyles, your own advice about stuff and things like that. So really check that out for me, please. And okay, back to the main purpose of this video, which is to explain how to come up with your own unique styles of styling your locks. So the reason why I like locks so much is, especially depending on the ones you have, just like sister locks. Sister locks are a prime example of this, where locks are almost like having your hair straight or whatever, basically, for some people, except, it's obviously a natural way. But rather than having an afro, so, you have locks, your hair hangs down, you can do it like this. Most time when people have their hair down like this, their hair is straight if they're black. So it's kind of like having that, but it's still, you have the natural stuff. And also, it's not like having white people's hair, obviously, because you can do so much more stuff with your locks, just because they can be more stable and things like that. And we can do anything from basket weaving to flat twisting to cornrow to braiding to lock knots to bantu knots to blah blah blah. You can do everything and anything with your locks, basically. Well, not every. Well, yeah, almost everything. Some things you probably shouldn't do, but you can basically do everything that you want with your locks. So I just want to explain how I kind of get my ideas for starting my lock styles. And what I do first is first I decide what do I want my hair to look like. And it's kind of like, I took intro to dance last year at Wesleyan, and we had to do a lot of exercise where we had to think of different ways to move. So instead of being dancing, we kind of just be like, here's the different variations you can do. You could, well, what she would make us do was she would make us run around the room, and then we would have to jump and pose. And when if you think about it, you're like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But if you actually do, just stand up and start jumping into poses and see how boring it gets. You'll be like, damn, I don't know how else to stand. Like, I only did two different things. I'm already like repeating them over and over again. And she showed us different variations where she said, you could be really huge with your movements, really tiny. You can do movements up high or do them down low. You can be on the ground, you can be on your feet. One foot can be up, one foot can be down, blah, 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 stuff like that. So it's kind of the same idea with your hair. You say, okay, do I want my hair up? Do I want my hair down? Do I want to the side? Um, when I the way I'm gonna wear it, do I want it to be a style that will last me for one night or for 2 weeks? Do I want it to be a style that I can start off looking like this way and then I can change it into something else, but it still won't be back to normal? And just stuff like that. So the first step is what, well, the first step is probably how long do you want the style to last? If you want it to last for 2 weeks, and you got to do something that's like braids or like flat tips, or else use a whole bunch of pins to make sure it lasts for a long time. If not, then you can kind of do something that's loose, that's not going to be that big of a deal. Another thing you need to ask yourself is, how fancy do you want your hair to be? Are you going to movies? Are you going on a date? Are you going to a prom or something? So you kind of want to figure out, do I want my hair to be real fancy, or do I want it to be casual, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like if you're styling your hair, I mean, you can have casual styles too, but they're going to be a little bit more fancy than, just hanging your hair down. So you just got to see how fancy you want your style to be. The next thing to do is do which way do you want your hair? First of all, do you want your hair loose, like some of it loose, or do you want it all braided up or all put away or whatever? Do you want something where you can put it up and it'll be in a ponytail, or do you want something that'll be braided into a bun and stuff like that? And then when you figure that out, you say, do I want my hair, if it's loose, do I want something to hang to the side? Do I want it in the front? Do I want a bump? Do I want a bun? Do I want a ponytail down low? You know, do I want a ponytail to the side? Do I want a ponytail sitting up here? Do I want a lobster roll? So you got to figure out like what direction basically do you want your hair to go in, and if whatever direction you pick are your locks, some of them going to be loose, or are all of them going to be rolled up or braided up or however way you're doing it. So once you decide that, or for example, sometimes I'm like, okay, how do I want my hair? And I'm like, hey, I kind of want my hair to look like as if your my sides are shaved off, so I kind of want a mohawk type look. So that allows me to say, okay, well, obviously I'm not going to shave off my sides, but I can do something to pin the sides back, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, hey, I want my hair out down the middle, and then the rest of it put away. So right there, I know. So somehow I need to get rid of these locks and have them not being out, and then I figure out it from there. And that's where the next step comes in. The next step is after you figure out what your hair is going to look like, you got to decide how are you going to get it to look that way. So if I want myself to have this mohawk and I need these locks to something to do with them, I gotta ask myself, am I gonna braid them back? Am I gonna flat twist them back? Am I gonna use like a ponytail holder somehow? Am I gonna basket weave them? Am I just gonna pin them down? Do I want to put them in pin curls? I wonder if that would be a cute style. It'd be kind of weird looking. No, it wouldn't. Anyway, so I want them in pin curls. So you just gotta decide which style that you know how to style your lock in, um, do you want to do. I mean, you can only know how to braid locks and find so many things, especially when it comes to how long your hair is. If your hair is really, really, really long, you can put all your locks into braids and then style the braids themselves. And then when you finally take the braids down, you can take out the braids, and then your hair will be crinkly. Um, and I know somebody who has done that before, and that's where I got the idea from. They had all their hair braided up, and they kind of just did this kind of braided bun thing with their locks, and then probably after a week or so, they took it all down, and then they took the braids out. So those are the different steps to doing it. And honestly, you can look up pictures, and you can look up pictures of anybody's hair. It might be a little different if you're like, oh well, I like this girl's hair, like a girl with loose natural hair. It might be a little different to be able to get your hair like that, unless they have like maybe cornrows, like starting here and curving around, then like this crinkly like afro puff sticking outside. You can't really get the crinkly afro puff, but you can still braid your hair around and then continue the braids and then take the braids out, and kind of scrunch them up and then have a little side ponytail with your braids or whatever. Excuse me, I was just making a really weird face. But, you can do that, and really you can just Google pictures, and it can be anybody. It can be an Asian woman. I mean, if you're a black person, it can be Asian woman, white woman, another black person, a black man with long hair. Like, it doesn't matter. And you can just say, okay, so their hair looks like that. So how exactly can I manipulate my locks to look like that? And instead of trying to obviously be like, oh, her hair is such and such way, but obviously they have different texture, look at how she has her hair. So, okay, one, does she have braids? Yeah, she has braids. So okay, I'm gonna cornrow my hair. And then if you look at a white girl who, I feel like a lot of white people who do like fancy styles do the kind of style where they have their hair into this really fat ponytail, and all their loose hair has been curled up, so their ponytail's like this big, full of just curled hair. And depending on how long your hair is, you can do it like that, because you can put your hair into bantu knots or into lock knots and have it like that, and then take it out to be all curly, and then put it in that ponytail, and it'll look. I mean, obviously it'll be the black people version, it'll be the lock version, but it'll be just like you would do if you had a perm and put a curling iron to it. So you gotta see, oh well, that girl has like spiral curls, so obviously you're gonna have to put lock knots in your hair. Oh, that girl has twist in her hair, so you know you're going to have to flat twist your hair. Oh, that girl has an updo, so you know you're going to have to braid your hair up or something. So just imagine what you want to look like and then figure out what technique you're going to use to get it to look like that. And it's really not that hard. It's going to get a little more difficult when you start being like, oh, I want something different. Oh, what should I do? And I find myself doing some styles that are sometimes very similar, but I think that's just because one, I really enjoy them so much. But hopefully I'll start doing more styles that are a little different. I might style my hair now because I'm at school, so you know I gotta come out looking fresh. But so I might do something, and then I'll show you guys. In fact, that's my challenge for the week. I'm going to get on Google very soon after I post this video. Find me a picture of a white girl with some type of updo, or maybe not a white girl because I might not like her hairstyle, but some type of person who does not have dreadlocks with some type of updo, and I'm gonna do the dreadlock version of their hair, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture and show you guys the results. So everybody out there who wants to look good, who has something important to go to this month, this week, whatever, go Google that picture and go find a style and really push yourself and figure out how you're gonna do that. Or go to the loctician and be like, I know this is a white person or I know this is an Asian person. We do not have the exact same hair at all, but I want my hair to look like that. And if they're a loctician, they'll be able to figure out. So that's how I come up with my styles, and I hope that really helps you guys. I hope it doesn't discourage you from watching any of my videos where I show my styles, because you guys won't be like, I can do that myself now. So maybe this wasn't such a good idea, but I hope it does help, because sometimes you're looking in YouTube and it'll take years for you to find the one style, or you'll see styles and you'll be like, oh, that looks nice, but for some reason I just don't want to do that, because I've been there and I've done that for a long time. Haven't done it in a while, but I used to do a whole bunch. So I hope that advice helped. I hope you guys try it out and let me know how it works out for you, and I will have my hairstyle done ASAP, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet. I'm going to be pretty free these couple of days. So I'll once again put my link to my Tumblr down there in the description box. And thanks for watching. If my style video isn't up soon, then just check me out on Thursday for Controversy Talks. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.